That's the sound of a big deal. At Wayfair, that sound happens a lot. Dream sofa for half the price? Big deal. New dining table you've been eyeing for months? Big deal. Finally picking up those last few pieces and finishing that bedroom? Now that's a really big deal. Whatever your home needs, Wayfair has the selection, the savings, and over millions of 5-star reviews to back it up. Shop Wayfair.com today before someone else snags your big deal.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Are there more things that you need to give up to become successful? Stay tuned to find out.
Welcome.
Okay, here's the question.
Serious?
How are we dark horses? You know, the ones everyone is betting against, the ones they don't expect to win, place, or even show on the track, and they'll even laugh on us when we talk about trying. How do we show the world our greatness and triumph?
Come on.
Well, that's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers.
Let's go.
This is The Dark Horse Entrepreneur. My name is Tracy Brinkman.
And push it up.
Hello, my Dark Horse friends and family. Welcome back to your daily dose of Change My Life in 15 minutes or less learning. I'm your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkman, and you, infinitely more importantly, are a driven entrepreneur, and you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, or just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal, or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And that's why I'm here hitting you with another daily success episode on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur as we dive deep into success with actionable advice, tips, and steps designed to help you level up your game, because as we already know, when it comes to success, there are no real shortcuts except for taking those little steps towards your goal every single day. Whew, all right. So what do you think of yesterday's episode, right? Things you're going to have to give up. All right, the definition of hell, meeting the person you could have become. Oh, I'm not sure I like that idea. Actually, I kind of like that idea because it's kind of a driving force. Hey, if I know I could become more, and hell is me, the person I end up becoming, meeting the person I could have become, that's kind of a driving factor. Man, I'm going to push myself so that when those two meet, they're all like, hey, bud, what's up? And then that hell turns into, I don't know, more of a heaven, right? So let's make heaven on earth. So, and in doing so, we're going to have to give up some more things, right? We got to shed the bark. You know, I think nature's really good about shaking off the dead leaves, the dead trees. I know you get windstorms up here in the Midwest, up in Wisconsin, and a couple of times a year, right? The trees will shed all the dead foliage, right? The dead leaves, the branches that have become sickly or weakened, to allow the rest of the organism to become strong. So it's not about giving up. It's about shedding what's not necessary. So I wanted to share at least three more to say how much time we take here, because I want to be mindful of the time. You guys don't have all day. You got things you got to get done. But let's get into this, shall we? What else should you give up to become successful? Well, I think the number one for today is give up your damn excuses. I mean, it's not about the cards you're dealt. It's about how you play them. And I'm not a card player. I mean, trust me. This is probably the worst phrase I could give you because I suck at cards. But, successful people know that they are responsible for their lives. No matter where they start from, right? Whether they start from, having the benefits of a silver spoon in their mouth and all kinds of money and opportunities, or whether they start with nothing or less than nothing, right? We've had stories of folks that have come out of jail sentences and then proven to become very successful. They take responsibility for their weaknesses. They take responsibility for their past failures. I mean, think about it. Realizing that you are responsible for what happens next in your life, it could be a little frightening, but man, how exciting could it be? You would be like, oh my God, if this works, right? The skies will open up, the sun will shine down. Here's what you need to realize is that the instant you drop the excuse, that you come to realize you're also at the same time dropping the limitations that prevent you from growing personally or professionally. At the end of the day, you own your life. No one else does. All right, the next thing you're going to have to give up kind of comes off the excuses, but you got to give up this fixed mindset. I believe Dave Foy, a previous interview we had on here from the operations guy, he spoke a bit to fixed mindset, so be sure to check that episode out as well. But I think one of the things we can really go with is, if you think about it, to me, the future is going to belong to those that take their skills and learn more skills on top of that, and then combine them with creativity, right? Take the skills you have, figure out the skills you need, and then find creative ways to combine them. Whoa, talk about opening up your mindset. Here's the thing I kind of come away with when it comes to fixed mindsets. I think people that engaged or have a fixed mindset, they're of the belief that their intelligence or their talents are these fixed traits, right? They're traits that you're given or you're not given, right? And that those fixed traits or those talents alone can be the cause or the downfall of having success or not having success with or without effort. But come on, just nod your head. Yeah, you're right, Tracy. I haven't even heard what you're going to say, but you're right. They're wrong, aren't they? Yeah. Because as we're learning, look, here it is. I've interviewed at least 50 successful entrepreneurs, and every single one of them don't have a fixed mindset. These successful people know one thing. They invest in themselves. They invest in their knowledge. They invest in acquiring the skills they need or honing the skills they already have, right? They learn new skills while improving the skills that they're already imbued with. And this changes their perception of the things that they can accomplish and enables them to go out and accomplish a whole hell of a lot more. I think when it comes to this one here, here's a thought to come away with. Who you are today is not who you have to be tomorrow. All right? If there's a skill set or a knowledge set that you need to break through to achieve your success, go out there and get it. And if you know someone else who has it, tap them on the shoulder and say, "Can you teach me?" But stop living in the mindset that, well, I don't know how to do that. Go learn how to do it. Or go try and do it, right? You'll learn along the way. Trust me, I've done so many things where I thought, well, I don't know how to do that. And then my mind just said, well, go figure it out. And you stumble and you bumble and you trip and you fall and you faceplant and you get up, you dust yourself off and you try it again with the new learning set you had. When I came out of the military, I had a skill set and I had a passion for computer programming. And I found this amazing bookstore in downtown Los Angeles, a little hole in the wall, had some of the most amazing, at the time, cutting edge books on all the different programming languages that were out there. And I would go down there and I would buy a book on Fortran and I would take it home and I would consume it. And then I would practice it on paper. And then I would go buy another book. And then when I started reaching out to potential clients of people that I could work for and do programming for them, they would say, well, we have this or we have that. And if I didn't know that, I didn't tell them I didn't know that. I would be honest with them and say, okay, that's a skill set I'll have to brush up on. And then I would go brush up on it. I wrote some my best programming after learning something right out of the gate. So you can go buy a book and start your learning process, or buy a course and start your learning process, or tap someone on the shoulder who's ahead of you 1 step, 2 step, 12 steps, 27 steps, and start your learning process. But get out of the fixed mindset. And I think this one I've just been spewing forth about for a couple of minutes really leads into this next one you're going to have to give up on. Is you're going to have to give up on the magic bullet. Oh, I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's fact, right? There's no magic secret sauce. There's no magic bullet that once fired is going to make money rain from the sky down on you. at the end of the day, and I've said it, and I'll keep saying it, overnight success is a myth. And you've heard it from all the stories that I've told and the stories of the people you've heard come on this show and many shows like it, right? They tried and they failed. They tried and they failed. They got up. They fell. They got mud on their face. They wiped it off. They got egg on their face. They got abused. Bad things happened to them. People tricked them. People didn't keep their word, whatever it was, but they kept on going. When they reached success and they lost it. So they rebuilt again and they reached success again and they lost it. But they kept on going. Never once was it an overnight success. It's all about making those small, continuous improvements every single day that compound over time, just like interest in a bank. Compounding your efforts is just as powerful as compounding your interest from a financial standpoint, and both will give you the desired results over the long term. Those little steps every single day, like I say at the beginning of every one of these episodes. That's why you need to set those goals, right? Plan for your future, but focus on the day that's ahead of you and get 1% better today. And then tomorrow, get 1% better again. And then the next day, get 1% better once again. And keep doing that day in and day out. Every single day, little steps towards your goal. All right? Now, tomorrow, there's a few more things we need to give up. I'm not done with you yet. Heck, I might spend the whole week on this. I've been spending multiple weeks across the change over the new form with these daily episodes of all these things you should do. But maybe we'll spend the week on all the things you're gonna have to stop doing. All right? So that wraps up today's. Make sure you get on there, right? So you can keep getting these. I'm going to keep bringing them to you. So go on down there, hit subscribe so you can keep getting these daily business and personal success tips. Give us a 5-star rating, right? Leave us a review. Give us some kind words, some words of improvement. I am always up for improving. So please share your insights on what you think we could be doing better. I could be doing better. And if you want to come over and get to know us on a more personal level, come on over to the Facebook group, Dark Horse Tribe. To find us, go to facebook.com. On the search bar, which I believe is on the upper left-hand side there, type in Dark Horse Tribe in the search bar. Press enter. We should be the top result there. If you can't find us for some reason, go to your favorite web browser, type in darkhorseschooling.com/Dark Horse Tribe, all one word. Press enter, and it should take you straight to us. I'll leave a link in the show notes, make it even easier for you. You should click on that link and take you right there to us. Look forward to hanging out with you in the Facebook group, getting to know you on a more personal level. Hey, feel free to ask me any questions. That's what I'm here for. Give, and give, right? All right. You get out there, you run your race, you get your results, and let me hear about them. Come share over the Facebook group or email them to me at tracy@darkhorseschooling.com. Till tomorrow, think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.